coming out here every day, taking it one day at a time, and just trying to have the most fun we can and be the best that we can be that day.
That's superstar center fielder for the Minnesota Twins, Byron Buxton, and friend of the show. He's our guest again on today's episode of the GoMN One Hunnit Podcast.
What's up, Remy?
Man, what's going on?
I'm feeling good about today's show because the Twins are in the playoffs.
God,
How good does this feel?
this is great.
Let's get this thing
Let's
going,
get it, baby. Pump it up.
Yeah! Playoffs, first time since 2010. Good show on tap.
Going down, Yankees.
Buxton, man.
Yankees suck.
You're in the One Hunnit Podcast. Let's keep it 100 now.
All right, me boy, we'll play back our entire interview with Buxton in a couple of minutes here, actually.
Yeah.
And then, you know what else we're going to talk about today?
What you got?
The playoff picture, the pitching rotation. What the heck happens if the Yankees and the Red Sox tie? That's a really underrated talker right now.
Yeah, we'll get into
it
that.
Matters.
Yeah.
It's going to matter. Vikings, Lions, Packers, Bears.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll mention the Atlanta Falcons since you
Maybe.
the down south Georgia boy himself.
Well, I mean, today's appropriate because we got Mr. Down South Georgia on the show again.
Is the Vikings offense for real? You think it is? I'm more skeptical, which is kind of surprising.
Listen, you asked me that, but I'm a little bit more skeptical after doing some more research. So we'll
Okay.
talk about that.
All right, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
In the Views from the Hunnit, which is how we always close the show,
Yes, sir.
we're going to talk NBA Big Threes. Melo on the move, D-Wade on the move.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We got some
The
talkers.
offseason's still nuts. Preseason basketball is here this week. 22 days until the Wolves opener.
Yeah.
WNBA finals are going on right now. Gophers, Maryland. Maryland's on a third-string QB. We've got a million things to talk
You
about.
might as well be playing quarterback for Maryland.
Probably could. I got a great arm.
Yeah, and a bad knee. You'd be like the rest of them.
Yeah, man. Anyway, Byron Buxton,
Yeah, man.
friend of the show, the original guest.
The OG.
We talked to him 2 days before the Twins actually clinched.
Yeah.
So we saved it
We did.
because we wanted to push it out when they clinched.
But the day we talked to him, he went out and had a monster game.
He did. That was the diving catch game.
Yeah.
RBI single in the ninth inning.
Yep. Stolen base.
That was the stolen base.
Yep.
He's a freaking monster.
He's crazy.
He is a superstar. He has arrived.
Should I tease the 101 special feature?
Yes, please.
Yeah, man. So not only do you get this week episode 17, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Byron Buxton on the show again as the Twins enter the playoffs. You're going to get maybe Friday or Saturday a special feature.
Yeah, probably Friday.
Probably Friday. 101, which is our new thing. We've done 3. Devin
Yep.
Dubnyk. We did North Minneapolis basketball.
Correct.
And this time we're going to do speed.
Yeah, man.
And we're going to put Byron Buxton. We're going to talk to his brother. We're
Yes.
going to talk to his dad.
Yes.
And we're going to find out, how did that dude get so fast?
His brother's faster than him, and I cannot wait to
Yeah.
talk to him.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to him on Friday morning, actually.
Absolutely.
Which is tomorrow. So I'm pumped about
It's going
that.
to be great.
Oh, yeah. I got to tell you that. We're going to talk to him on Friday.
Yeah, no doubt. So check this out. They don't want to hear us right now.
Let's replay our interview with Buck.
Yeah, let's talk to Byron.
All right.
Hello.
What's up, Byron? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. This is Joe and Remy. You remember him? He's the boiled penis guy.
Man, what's up, Buck?
How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, man. Blessed.
All right, Buck. We like to keep it 100 around here and keep it chill and relaxed, and we try not to get too serious. But honestly, I mean, you're in the playoffs now. I'm feeling the pressure. How about you?
Hey, we still got to go out there and take care of business and, just keep doing what we're doing. We're out there having a lot of fun and having a lot of fun playing the game. So, we just got to keep doing what we're doing.
So, listen, we talked to you. You were actually our first guest way back in, I believe, Joe, that was May?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, man. And so, a lot has happened since then. You are absolutely red hot in the batter's box, in the field. Man, but I want to know something. What is it like to score on a single to left center field, a short single from first base? What does that feel like?
Kind of undescribable. You kind of just, you feel like you're floating, like I remember just turning around second base and it felt like my feet wasn't even touching the dirt. And I was just gliding. So it's a weird feeling to try to describe, but it's like, once you get to home plate and you realize what you just done, you just get a rush coming through your veins, and you just get the chills, you're pumped, and it's all about helping the team.
I mean, be honest though, when you are moving that fast, you couldn't have stopped that third if you'd have wanted to.
Probably not. I definitely would have had to blow past that, the stop sign, if that would have came up. But that's the things that make this game fun. Just going out there and being able to have your third base coach trust you enough to send you on a play like that.
Buck, I'm thinking about the Yankees. I know you're thinking about the Indians right now, but you just got a chance to see Luis Severino, and odds are it'll be Severino against you guys on Tuesday night in the wild card game. Just tell me what it's like going in the box against that guy. I mean, he's throwing gas.
He is. He's a great pitcher. Goes out there, he competes every pitch. And he got good stuff. So it's all about getting up there and making sure you're comfortable and not really, letting that moment eat you up. You got to still be yourself and go out there and just have a quality at bat, have a quality at bat and battle. That's what our identity been all year. We get in the batter's box, we compete every pitch. Don't try to look ahead, take it one pitch at a time, and we battle.
What was going through your mind when you saw Aroldis Chapman throw a bunch of 100-mile-per-hour fastballs when you're in the on-deck circle, and then you get up there, you were like, man, I'm not seeing more than one of these. I'm just going to swing at this first thing and hit it.
It's actually not as bad as you think.
Really?
You get in the batter's box and it's Chapman, so you kind of you get a little edge about yourself, like, all right, I've been wanting to see this for, however long you've been wanting to see it. And, once you get in there, you get a different type of confidence. Like, you're just ready. As soon as you get ready, you're ready, and you're ready to attack the fastball. So, he threw a fastball a little bit up in the zone, but, my adrenaline there was going through my veins, and, I was ready for that bat.
Buck, changing gears here a little bit. Your family is from about 30 miles from my family where I grew up. We just had Hurricane Irma come up Highway 280.
Right.
Everybody okay down there with you?
They are. Just got a little bit of wind, and, lights, electricity, no power and stuff like that. But, for the most part, we got blessed enough to everybody was all right, and things are being okay down there.
Okay, good. And a side note to that, my dad said all the boiled peanut crops are good this year, and he's matter of fact, it's season. It's that season. So he's he texted me today. I said, look, Byron Buxton's waiting on his boiled peanuts. He said, I got you. So they coming. He didn't want to send me no boiled peanuts from Florida. He said, I got to wait on the Georgia ones to come. So they on the way.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you something.
Georgia.
Yeah, all right.
Buck, if Jeremy actually sends you boiled peanuts, that's like eating Halloween candy from somebody you don't know. Don't do it.
No, man, come on, man. It ain't like that. Look, I wanted to ask you this. You set the record home to first, I think it was 3.44 seconds. And did you know that just got beat? I think Altuve went 3.33. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about it. Like, some of the players was talking about it yesterday, matter of fact, on the off day.
That's not true. He was. There's no way that's accurate, Buck. You still own the record in my mind. Do you see the video? He kind of slowed up the final 5 steps. There's no way that's real.
Hey, you're talking about another great player there that, know how to run the bases. So you can never count anything out.
Man, come on. Tell him to score from first on basically a bloop single to left center. Then we'll talk. Come on.
Hey, we'll get serious here for a second, Buck. When you're seeing all this stuff happening in the NFL, and then you see a Major League Baseball player, Oakland's Bruce Maxwell, I believe his name is, he took a knee during the anthem. Are you guys having conversations about, that kind of political commentary coming in to Major League Baseball?
No, not really. I haven't really look too far upon that. I know what we have at tax, so we've been standing our moment, standing our zone, and we know that we got a job to do. So that allows us to not really, try to break up the team and divide it. It's actually bringing us more together to, go out there and take care of business and do what we have to do.
We talked to your teammate Irvin Santana a couple weeks ago, and I told him I was kind of sweating bullets back here looking at the standings every night, and now that it's a little more comfortable, I look back at what Irvin said, and he said, look, we have no pressure, man. Nobody thought we were going to be here. Has that changed, and how have you maintained that all year long? Because that seems tough to believe and tough to actually carry out.
Yeah, he's right. You know, we haven't felt any pressure. We've been coming out here every day, taking it one day at a time, and just trying to have the most fun we can and be the best that we can be that day. And, you know, when you do those things, it don't allow you to look ahead and worry about, you know, who's behind us, who's in front of us. It allows us to stay in our moment, take care of our business, and then, you know, we do whatever we need to do.
Byron, just for the record, you know, back in May we had you on the show, you know, you was killing it defensively as always, but, you know, going through some adjustments at the plate. And I'm going to tell you what, the 100 podcast was behind you all the way. We believed in you. And I text Joe about, August? I said, this dude is a superstar.
Yes, sir.
And man, I mean, what does it feel like? I mean, the ball has to look like a beach ball coming up there when you was as red hot as you were. How does that? I mean, what does that feel like to be just that hot in the batter's box? Like you got complete control.
It feels good, and that's exactly what it feels like. You know, you got control of your at bat. You know, everything seems to be perfect with your swing. You're comfortable. You're confident, and the biggest part for me, you know, especially with the way I started the season off, I made sure, you know, as I was on that little stretch that I want to contribute more to the team. So that made me, you know, not worry about what the pitcher's going to throw or, you know, what they're trying to do to me. I just focused on seeing the ball and hitting the ball and trying to get on base for my teammates to drive me in. And that was the biggest picture. You know, once I got on base and, you know, it kind of started something. It changes the momentum of a game, and we, you know, one hit leads to another, and then next thing you know, we're batting around in the lineup. And it kind of was that way all year. And, you know, once I figured out my swing a little bit more and got a little bit more comfortable, things started clicking for me, and this game started getting a whole lot more fun, especially when you know what you can do on the offensive side and it starts contributing to the team.
Yes, sir. I tell Joe all the time, had I not gone to serve my country in the Air Force, I would have went pro in baseball. Probably washed out in the minors, but that's neither here nor there. But I've played enough baseball, been around the game long enough. You've done some, and if you don't know the game that well or pay attention to the details, you won't notice the little adjustments to your swing, whether it be the leg, the kick, or the slide, or where the bat placement is prior pitch, and then as the pitch is on the way, you know, and then and you're in you know, getting set to hit the ball. Is there any one of these adjustments that you can pinpoint that you said, okay, that's the one that did it and turned me around?
More so probably when I figured out how to use my legs. You know, once I got into my legs and started using my legs instead of using all upper body to swing, that's when, you know, the walk started coming. I started laying off those sliders breaking away that I usually would swing at. And, you know, that made the game slow down a whole lot more for me. And, you know, that was definitely one of the biggest turning points. You know, once you realize how to use your legs along with your upper body and not try to do too much with the bat, you know, that slows the ball down, slows the game down, and allows you to go out there and be yourself.
Buck, this weekend is Georgia, Tennessee. Them Dogs is ranked number 7, 4-0, right? You watching them, right? You keeping up?
Of course, man. You know I'm keeping up with them.
Man, I'm telling you what, Kirby got them boys out there playing. And, man, look, if we go to the playoffs, I don't know where you're going to be, but me and you going to watch the playoffs and eat ball peanuts and drink some Coca-Cola.
Oh, I'm down with that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good.
All right, brother. Good luck in Cleveland,
Buck, appreciate it, man. Good luck, man.
All right.
Look here, man.
Yeah.
If we get to the playoffs, we as in Georgia, you invited. I'm going to invite you to hang out with me and my friend Byron
Because the
Buxton.
Twins are in the playoffs. You're talking about the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, man. I'm
Okay.
just saying. Byron's going to come. We're going to eat some boiled peanuts, drink some soda, some Coca-Cola, because that's from Georgia, too. You invited.
What's not from Georgia?
Man, the Twins and apparently playoff baseball teams.
Yeah, the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
Been a minute.
Yeah, what a transition, huh? Let's talk about them Twins,
Yeah,
baby.
this is going to be so exciting. Tuesday night is the wild card game, right?
Yeah.
So the Twins are not going to play a game 163, But what's interesting is that while everybody thinks it's set in stone that Minnesota's going to play the Yankees in New York, there is a slight chance they end up going to Boston. And there's two ways that can happen. One is if the Yankees erase a 3-game deficit with 4 games to go. That probably won't happen.
Yeah, it's tough.
But there's a legit chance the Yankees take care of business in their final 4 games against Tampa Bay and then the Blue Jays.
Right.
All at home. While the Houston Astros do some damage on the banged-up Red Sox. And that could result in a tie for the Yankees and Red Sox. And you know what happens if they tie?
Well, there's probably 40,000 possibilities.
There's not a tiebreaker. There's not like, okay, the Yankees won the season series, they win the division. They have to play each other on Monday in a game 163 to settle the division.
So Severino would probably pitch that game.
Exactly. And you know what? Chris Sale for the Red Sox is scheduled to pitch on Sunday. And if the Yankees have any shot of actually tying or passing the Red Sox on Sunday, Sale's pitching. Now, if the Yankees are out of it, Sale will just move out of the rotation and they'll wait to pitch him for game 1 of the ALDS on Thursday. But that's what I'm saying, is that let's say this tiebreaker happens. Twins fans should 100% root for that tiebreaker because Severino would pitch for the Yankees on Monday, which means if the Yankees lose that game, they have to throw Tanaka or somebody like that, or Sonny Gray, who the Twins are 2-0 against lifetime, by the way.
Yeah, but Severino, they knocked him out in the, second inning last time?
Severino throws 100 miles per hour. You don't want to face him.
Byron Buxton just told us 100 miles an hour doesn't look that fast. He's like, it's nothing. If it's straight, it
ain't straight.
The problem with throwing Severino against an Irvin Santana is Severino has no experience. Irvin's got all the juice.
He hasn't been in the playoffs since 2009, so that juice is stale, man.
Doesn't matter. You're talking about a guy this is his first big game.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I think there is something to be said for pitchers, but look, there have been plenty of instances where a pitcher bursts onto the scene, first playoff start, and if he's good, he's just good.
Worst case scenario for the Minnesota Twins, and I don't know if this is even possible, but worst case scenario is that you end up with a 1-game playoff, so the wild card playoff game against the Sox facing Chris Sale.
That will not happen. It's almost impossible for that to happen because Sale is scheduled to pitch on Sunday, and he's going to pitch if there's a threat of a tie.
Right.
Which means he would not be available on Tuesday. Now, the beauty of this even more is if there's a tie, not only would Sale not pitch, neither would their number 2, Rick Porcello, because Porcello would have to pitch in that tiebreaker game on Monday, which means you're getting the 3, 4, or 5 starter for the Red Sox, who are all pretty decent, right? Like Doug Fister, Drew Pomeranz, and who's the other cat? Eduardo Rodriguez,
Craig
I think his name is. Well, he's nice. He's nice. But I'm just saying, if that tiebreaker happens, the Twins will not have to face the best pitchers Boston or the Yankees have.
Hey,
that's incredible.
Let me tell you, from somebody who lived through it, you want to see Craig Kimbrell in the playoffs. There's a regular season Craig Kimbrell, and there's a playoff Craig Kimbrell.
I love it. I love that that's true too.
And
there's a lot of guys you can say that about.
Well, yeah, one of them pitched here for a long time in the 9th inning.
Oh man,
his name's Joe Nathan.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He was terrible. His ERA in the postseason's like 9.
It was bad.
Yeah. We did a story on GoMN.com about that right when the Twins were about to retire, not retire his number, but honor him in a celebration.
The beauty of what's happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is that the Minnesota Twins know, other than where their plane is going, they can set it up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those 2 other teams, they've got something to play for. Houston has something to play for.
Absolutely.
So it's not like Houston can San Antonio Spurs this thing and tank. They want the entire American League playoffs to go through, as you called it earlier, Enron.
Yeah, they do.
Which collapsed a long time ago. It's actually Minute Maid. Is it Minute Maid Park now?
I think it's Minute Maid,
Well, it's definitely not Enron.
Yeah.
So Houston has something to play for, right?
Yes.
The 2 teams that the Yankees face have nothing to play for.
Exactly.
So this thing is setting up, as best that you can call it, for a team that's, sneaking into the playoffs like the Twins are. But, hey, they're in. There's 25 other teams that aren't getting in?
Exactly.
They're getting in.
I think there's a pretty solid shot that the Yankees make it really interesting over the weekend, and that tiebreaker has a legit chance to happen. Just because Houston is trying to chase down the Indians for the best record, like you said, in the AL. That leads us to the next point. If the Twins beat New York or Boston in that one-game wild card, the do or die, game one of the ALDS, they would be on the road against Cleveland or Houston, whoever does end up with the top record in the AL.
Right.
That's where it gets a little bit frightening, right? Okay, Irvin Santana's not going to be available to pitch game number one, right? He'll be fresh off that Tuesday
so it's going to be Jose Barrios.
Well, maybe.
Maybe, if he doesn't pitch in the playoff game. The wild card game.
Yeah, he might come out of the bullpen. He might. There's a lot of different scenarios unfolding here while the Indians and Astros are going to be sitting there comfortably. If it's the Indians, it'll be Corey Kluber game one.
You don't want that.
That's scary.
You don't want those
Carlos Carrasco game two. That's frightening.
That's not frightening.
That guy's got 210 strikeouts in 190 innings. Yeah, he's a strikeout machine.
Yeah, but coming off Corey Kluber.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Kluber's like God, and this would be like a demigod.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. But then if you play the Astros, who absolutely thumped the Twins this year,
they
just
did.
Killed them, outscored them by 24 runs or whatever.
But that was when nobody in the world could get Jose Altuve out.
And nobody could beat the Astros at the time.
At all.
Yes.
You don't want the Cleveland Indians right now.
You don't want the Cleveland Indians at all. But here's the scary part about Houston. Everyone's forgetting that Justin Verlander pitches for him now, and he's been unhittable in 5 or 6 starts since joining them. So he's going to start their game number one.
He's been nasty.
So if you're the Twins and you do advance to the ALDS, you might as well put yourself in an 0-1 hole because you're going to be going with your second or third best starting pitcher against Verlander or Kluber. Good luck, man.
Give me your best case scenario for the Twins come Sunday night. Tell me what, if you could draw it up, if you could play God.
Yeah. If I could play God.
What happens? Tuesday, where are they? Who's pitching for both teams? And where and who wins?
If I can play God, they're playing the Red Sox at Fenway Park with Eduardo Rodriguez or Doug Fister or Drew Pomeranz starting against Irvin Santana. I love the Twins' chances because Mookie Betts and Xander Bogaerts and a couple of other guys in that Boston lineup
banged up.
They're banged up.
Yeah.
They're not 100% healthy.
Yeah,
which I'm just saying. Boston thumped the Twins as well this year a few times, more than a few times. Yeah. They killed them. But if you're going to go to Fenway with Irvin Santana on the mound against a banged-up Red Sox team, that's much preferred than facing Sonny Gray or Masahiro Tanaka and the Yankees, who can take their starter out of the game in the 4th or 5th inning and then have 5 straight relievers throw 95 to 100-mile-per-hour juice at you.
It's incredible.
That's scary. That might be the most powerful, potent bullpen.
Because who's the setup man
built
for the Red Sox? Is it?
I don't even know.
Japanese pitcher?
I don't know, but all their guys throw hard too.
They do.
They do, but not like the Yankees.
Yep.
Who, if Dylan Betances can actually throw strikes, he might be their best reliever. It's scary.
My man, the one thing that is consistent through all of these different equations is this.
Yeah.
Our guy, Smell Baseball.
Yeah.
Is pitching on Tuesday.
Yep, probably pitching Tuesday
Irvin
and
Santana,
then probably on Sunday in Game 3 of the ALDS.
You're way ahead of yourself.
Yeah, but I feel like it's going to happen. Did you stay up late and watch them clinch?
No. See, we'll get to that in the views. I got a question.
Good.
I got a question for you about that. Yeah, I got a question for you about that. But listen, the Twins aren't the only local team in the playoffs.
Excuse me.
Are you dying?
Yeah. It's the thyroid.
You've been dying for 17 shows.
Yeah, I keep gaining weight too, and I can't figure it out.
You okay?
No. Anyway, you were saying.
The Minnesota Twins are not the only local professional team in the playoffs.
You're talking about the Lynx.
Talking about the Lynx, baby.
Well, they got a huge game Friday night in L.A.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. And then I think Game 4 would be guaranteed in L.A. on Sunday. So you could watch the Lions-Vikings into that WNBA Game 4 game.
And when, if necessary, win Game 5.
Game 5, I think. Well, take that back. I think game number 4 would be Sunday or Monday. I can't remember. I think Game 5 would be Wednesday.
At Williams Arena.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which we should probably go to.
We should.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah, man. Friend of the show.
Yeah. Are you still friends with Jesse Ventura?
No, but I'm friends with Ben.
Oh, Lindsay Whalen's husband.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Maybe he can get us tickets.
Yeah, I saw, but listen, So game one could not have been worse on both ends. The beginning and the end.
Oh, I know. Unbelievable.
Unreal.
You go down 29-2 or whatever it was in the first quarter. You storm back, and then you get beat with a jumper with 3 seconds to play.
So the Lynx have been, this is finals number 6 out of 7 years, right?
5 or 6, yeah. Something like that.
They've got 3 titles.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Should be 4.
Yes. Because last year they got robbed by a shot clock violation.
They did, but here's my point. If they lose again to the Sparks this year, and they still have 3 titles through this core group of players, they're the oldest team in the league.
Yes.
They're going to look back and go, we should have 5 titles.
Yeah.
We gave up a 28-2 run in game 1 at home.
Yep.
Then we blew the lead at the end.
Yep.
And I guarantee you they look back at last year and go, a lot of shoulda, woulda, coulda.
They should have won that game.
You know what I mean?
I'm sure they
Absolutely.
do. Yes. That was game 5. They got jobbed by the refs. And even the WNBA came out afterwards and said, look, we made a mistake.
Obviously.
Too late.
But I bet you Cheryl Reeve is looking at that going, throughout that game going, we shouldn't have been in that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I think so.
They better get this one, or for some of those veterans who may or may not be back on the team.
Yeah.
That's going to sting a little bit.
Well, Sylvia Fowles just got a contract extension. We know Waylon. We talked to her. She said, I'll retire when the time is right. I'm just taking it year by year.
She's still playing well.
She ain't going anywhere.
No.
Especially when she has to play this year, probably with a hand that's at about 80%.
And Simone is older, but she's not letting up.
No, and Maya Moore's still a gangster.
Still a beast, yeah.
But I think Renee Montgomery's on the rise.
But I think you probably lose maybe Rebecca Brunson.
Possibly, yeah. I don't know what her contract situation is.
Guys like that. But yeah, they're still going to be good. Yeah, I mean, interchangeable there.
Yeah, that's a.
Oh, man.
Here's what's really fascinating.
Tell me.
The question of, is the Vikings offense for real or not? And now, because if we're sitting at home and watching the game, you're like, oh, my God, this looks pretty good. Right? That's what I was doing on Sunday. I was like, Monroe, she went climb behind the couch, started chewing on some cable that was plugged into the wall. I'm like, Monroe, get out of there. Then I turn around and I'm watching Case Keenum throw for 360 yards and 3 touchdowns. So my question to you, me boy, is this Vikings offense legit?
I'm a little more hesitant. I think you asked me that a few days ago, and I was a little higher. But as I'm looking back at it, the Saints' defense is brutal.
That's part of my equation.
It's really, really bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out the Pittsburgh game because Case Keenum basically
had 90 minutes.
He basically picked up the clipboard.
Yeah.
And Zimmer said, hey, you're starting.
That's assuming that the Vikings didn't know beforehand.
Right.
Which we don't know.
But listen, somebody would have seen him at Winter Park practicing with the ones.
Yeah, outside of just taking some extra time after practice to throw with Adam Thielen.
It kind of literally happened Friday when we were recording the podcast.
Yeah.
Remember? Because we had D2 go out.
Yeah, you're right.
Listen to the press conference.
That's right.
So, listen, throw out the Pittsburgh game with Case Keenum. There's too many variables in there.
Yeah.
But I thought, and this is what gave me a little bit of confidence, I thought the Tampa defense was legitimate. And so I was giving it that Vikings offense, a lot more credit until I saw how banged up the Tampa Bay defense was.
Yeah.
New Orleans
completely stole my whole point.
New Orleans was flat bad.
But that's the reality. Yeah.
Tampa Bay was beat up.
Tampa Bay had 3 starters. 2 of them were hurt. 1 was sick, so they didn't play.
Yep.
And then during the course of the game,
their best defensive player.
Everybody got hurt.
Their best defensive player, Gerald McCoy.
Yeah.
He's a guy who can, especially with that Vikings offensive line, while playing better, is still probably their weakest position.
On the whole roster.
As a group.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So he's a guy who could really put a kind of throw a monkey wrench into that offensive game planning. But they got no Case stood back there all day and did what he wanted. But I'm going to tell you what. He made some legitimate, the second Diggs touchdown.
Yeah.
The throw to the outside from the pocket that Diggs caught.
Yes.
Listen, the Bradford throw to Jarius Wright in game 1 was incredible.
And that wasn't a touchdown, but it was just an incredible drop in.
I saw somebody say, I think Sam was throwing it away. Somebody just caught it.
Yeah, it's like throwing a pig through the eye of a needle. It was crazy.
But that throw to Diggs from Case Keenum was legitimate. That was a big league throw.
Yeah.
And when you wonder why some of these guys, you're like, okay, you hear the name Case Keenum, you're like, oh my God, this guy's back up. That's why he's on the roster. Because
absolutely,
there are only a handful of guys, and we can talk Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick can't make that throw.
No, he's got a different game. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
Keenum fits what Pat Shurmur and the offense is trying to do.
But ignore the whole political thing, the kneeling thing. What I'm saying is people say, oh, but Colin Kaepernick should be on the roster because Case Keenum's on the roster.
Kaepernick should be on the roster, but that's not this roster.
Put that throw on repeat, and you'll see why Colin Kaepernick's not the backup quarterback here.
Kaepernick can't make that throw.
You know what I mean? He can't make that throw.
Exactly true. Yes.
So guys like that, that's why they get on rosters. They see them throw. They say, okay, stand and throw to the other hash, to the other sideline.
Yeah.
And if you can make that throw, that's the big league throw. And it's the same thing that separates college quarterbacks. They make all those easy throws, and you got a handful of guys who can make the Josh Rosens, the Matt Staffords when he was a college. Those guys have those arms. They can throw through a car wash and not get it wet.
Yep.
That's what that is.
Great line. I love that line.
Yeah, but is it legit? Is it as good as we've seen? I think it's a lot. I don't think it's that good.
Yeah.
I think it's probably middle of the road. It's better than last year simply because Dalvin Cook is an animal.
And he's doing things, like you said, we talked on the phone the other day, he's doing things that Adrian Peterson never gave the Vikings an opportunity to do. And it's not, it's
like block.
It is as simple as just pick up a blitz or block a guy who gets free or catch a ball out of the backfield and make it look easy, right?
Coming from a guy.
Adrian cannot do that.
Coming from a guy who watched Devontae Freeman miss a block in the Super Bowl and cost us the Super Bowl. Now, we could point to a lot of different things, but the reality is
25 of them. Points
on the Matt Ryan sack after the Julio catch. If Devontae doesn't miss the block, that's probably 6.
Sure, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll trust you.
Trust me.
I don't.
But what I'm saying, but what you're saying is right. You couldn't play Adrian on third down.
Yeah,
because he can't block and he can't catch. Dalvin Cook's a every down back, and you can throw it to him. And I'm gonna tell you what. Jimbo Fisher told us this on the air. He said Devontae and Dalvin are 2 different backs. He said Devontae's got a thump to him. Mm-hmm. Now, we stood next to Dalvin down at Mankato. That dude is chiseled.
Yes.
But he's not going to thump you. But give him some space. Give him some daylight. Pat Outfline, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Gone.
Exactly.
Dude's got some wheels.
He's gotten close a few times this year already. I think the one thing that won't go away, we might see the Vikings offense come back to the pack a little bit, especially this week against Detroit, who's got a pretty good defense, right?
Bradford playing?
Sam Bradford? We don't know yet.
You got another Bradford on the team?
No. You think the Lions are going to win?
Are you asking me if I think the Lions will win Sunday?
Yeah.
I'm picking the Lions.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, they're a good team.
Yeah.
But I think they were going to get blown out last week if Atlanta's receivers can catch the ball.
And we talked.
They would have lost by 2-3 touchdowns.
We talked about that too.
No question.
And there's no doubt. And you made fun of me because I like Mohamed Sanu a lot, and I talk about. But when you talk about guys having the best hands in the league, Mohamed Sanu is always in the equation.
Yeah.
That dude's got mitts. They're as big as that chair behind you. Mm-hmm. But he just dropped it. He dropped a first down. It would have been a touchdown.
There were a number of drops and balls that just went off
dropped
hands.
One. Yep.
And it cost Atlanta a bunch of points. Which makes Detroit not look as appealing as everyone says they are.
Exactly.
If you actually watch the game and see what happened, you're like, okay, all right, Detroit might have got screwed on that final call, which that's the rule, right? Yep. Golden Tate was short. 8 seconds left. Got to run 10 seconds off. We don't know if you would have been able to get back up there and snap the ball.
It's the rule. They agree to
spike it. Exactly. So they can be confused and hurt and cry about it all week long like they have. Golden Tate, hi, that's you. You've been doing that all week.
You've been whining.
But they should have been blown out.
Did you hear the Lions announcer?
No.
He said, well, there's that.
Is it Dave Burkett or whatever?
After the official comes and makes the call.
Yeah.
And he said, game over. Yeah. He said, well, there's that.
Oh. That's awesome. Yeah. I love commentators. Yeah. But I think the Vikings offense is not going to lose the explosiveness they've shown so far. They have 15 plays this year of 20-plus yards. 5 of those have been 40-plus. They're, I think, the 3rd or 4th most explosive team in the NFL based on those long plays so far this season. I don't think that's going away because you've got playmakers. Adam Thielen's good. Stefon Diggs, he's Antonio Brown. He is Antonio Brown. He's the same player.
He's not as fast as Antonio Brown.
Yes, he is. Stefon Diggs ran like 24 mile per hour last year and was like a StatCast leader for almost the entire season.
Here's my question to you. I've been wanting to ask you this, especially after this hot start. Friend of the show, Stefon Diggs.
Yes.
We got the same barber.
Yeah, Details Barber Lounge.
Yeah. So Is he a top 5 receiver? Stefon Diggs.
Oh, man. Okay. I don't know that I can say that yet, but I think he has top 5 potential. So, top of the head, top 5 receivers in the NFL are Julio Jones, A.J. Green, Odell Beckham Jr. I know you disagree with that, but you know what he can do.
This is your list.
He's a monster. Antonio, did I say Brown?
You didn't yet.
Antonio Brown. Hell, you can even argue Larry Fitzgerald still got it. Des Bryant, when he can get open, he's got it. Jordy Nelson is obviously on that list or close to the top 5. So, no, I don't think he's top 5. Top 10, I think you can make a case. You're starting to make a case anyway.
Here's how I do these lists. I go, could that guy go to another team and be as effective? Those guys at the top of your list, Julio Jones, A.J. Green.
They go anywhere.
They go anywhere.
Right.
A guy like Jordy Nelson doesn't.
I think he does.
I don't think he does.
I think you're underrating him.
I don't think he does simply because he's got nobody can throw with the accuracy of Aaron Rodgers. So it makes Jordy Nelson look a lot more open than he is.
Well,
Aaron Rodgers gets all the attention. He sidesteps people. He creates time when his offensive line is terrible. And you can't cover a guy like anybody would be.
That long.
They got a running back, a receiver playing running back, and they don't care. Yeah. He's that good.
Ty Montgomery, yeah.
Stefon Diggs, I believe, could go anywhere and be that effective. I think he's better than Odell Beckham Jr. I think he's better than Des Bryant. Simply because he's never had the arm talent throwing to him that they've had. You give that dude a Matt Ryan, give him a Matt Stat, he's going to catch 100 balls, probably 14, 15 touchdowns, and now he's got a running back and a real running threat. He's going to have a big year, man.
I agree with that, but I think you're missing the best example in the history of football where a receiver, no matter how good they are, can't just go somewhere and be good. Randy Moss. Oakland, man.
Yeah.
The black hole ate him alive.
He's old.
All right? When you have something called Andrew Walter throwing you passes, that's what happens.
Wait, did he go from Oakland to New England?
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the reality of it. There are situations that no matter how good you are, it's just not going to do anything, right? Offensive line is bad. I mean, like Diggs would have had 100 catches last year, easy. He would have had 1,500 yards last year, easy. I think he finished just shy of 1,000.
Right.
But he hurt his freaking hamstring in week number 4. So is he better than Odell? I'm not going to go there yet. You can. But Odell on 1.5 ankles turned into a freaking monster on Sunday.
I think the only thing that's holding him back still, and I don't know that you can correct this, he's still got a little bit of case of the dropsies.
Diggs? Yeah, he has. He's looking at his hands, talking to him.
Yeah.
Real quick on this Odell Beckham
And I don't know if you can get better at that.
Yeah.
You can catch 100 balls on the jug machine and do it.
Well, it's just a matter of looking it in, right? I mean, because the only time he's dropping the ball, you can clearly see he turns his head because he's going upfield already.
True.
Right? Looking off the ball.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you about this Odell Beckham Jr. thing, the dog peeing incident.
Yeah, 1 second, though. You're looking at the Twins game. You keep looking up there. What are we doing?
Twins are down 4-0 in the 7th.
Is Irvin out yet?
I think, he's out. He's out.
Okay.
Yes, I think he came out after
as we're recording this podcast,
Yeah.
the Twins are playing, and they probably got the JV out there. So.
Oh, yeah, B squad. There was only 2 regulars, Polanco and Kepler in the lineup.
I guarantee you, Brian Dozier's not out there. He was 5 beers in by the time.
Yeah. How pissed off were the Astros, right, when they saw the Twins roll out this lineup card? They're like, oh, my God, come on. We were trying to chase down the Indians. You're playing the Indians with that? Dude, I know you partied last night, but come on, man.
Who wins the game, ACGC alumni or the Twins lineup today?
ACGC alumni definitely has a shot equal to the Twins lineup today.
All right, back to your point. Sorry.
So Odell Beckham Jr. gets in the end zone, scores a touchdown, throws up a fist, right? Odell Beckham Jr. scores again against the Eagles on Sunday, gets down on all fours, acts like a dog peeing.
I think you got those backwards.
Whatever it was.
He peed first.
Okay. Well, the dog peeing one is the one I want to talk about because I think after the game, if you watched his post-game press conference, he said, I'm a dog, so I act like a dog. And that's all he said. He didn't give any context as to why he chose to do that. And everyone's ripping him a new one. Even the Giants owners are ripping him a new one.
Deservedly.
No, yeah. I think you're wrong. I think you're missing the point. Why Odell Beckham Jr. got down on all 4?
I've heard you.
Because 2 freaking days before, Donald Trump called NFL players sons of bitches. Well, what's a bitch? It's a female dog, right? So that's all Odell Beckham was doing. He was saying, "Oh, I'm a dog. That's what my president thinks." That is a political celebration, and everyone's missing the point. And he was right to do that.
Here's why you're missing the point. Because there's a lot of people who watch football who can't separate those things. Kids, young people, who look to these guys.
That's fair, yeah.
For
I'll give you that.
To whether they like it or not. This is not the Charles Barkley. I'm not a role model. You are. Mm-hmm. And they see Odell Beckham peeing like a dog, right? Mm-hmm. Just like the Randy Moss mooning incident.
Yeah.
That was an inside thing with the Green Bay mooning the butt. What do kids go back to do in their little leagues?
Yeah, they're going to do the same thing.
They do the same thing.
Yeah, you're right.
And they don't know that was a statement because they're not going to watch to see his explanation. They're going to see him pee, and they're going to go run out and put their helmet on, and they're going to go pee.
Yeah, no, and I agree. You're right from that angle.
I mean, Monroe's going to hit a dinger when she gets to 5th grade softball. Yeah. She's going to hit a walk-off dinger and pee on first base.
Yeah, she might. Well, I'll laugh my ass off if she does. But, you're right. To that degree, when it comes to being a role model and kids acting just like you in the future when they score a touchdown, yeah, he did the wrong thing. I have a bigger beef then with the entire country for attacking this guy because they thought it was a stupid celebration and not trying to think about the backstory or even think for a second, well, why would he do this? It's more than him just being immature. The immaturity part is, yeah, he didn't think about the kids who are watching the game, right? But the mature part is him being very subtle in his response back to Donald Trump. And I have all the respect in the world for football players who want to stand up to the leader of the freaking free world for calling them sons of bitches because they are doing what the flag and freedom allows them to do.
I stay away from this. I'm a veteran.
Yeah.
And I chose to do that. I chose to serve.
Yeah, what is your take? This is good.
And I chose to serve so that we could have the ability to freely express.
Yes.
So I don't care.
You don't care that players kneel and all
that. Listen, and what I get upset with is people who they can't seem to just turn the channel.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They're offended by everything.
So listen, if I don't like what I'm looking at on TV, I turn it.
Right.
That's my choice. I don't sit there and stare at it so that I can have some opinion.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I go find something that's not offensive to me. So I have no problem with that. Now, there's a lot of deeper connected things in there. All I'm going to say is this about the Odell thing, because we could go down that rabbit hole. My mom always said, when you're in the presence of a fool, you got to be quiet. Because from a distance, it's hard to tell who the fool is.
Yeah.
Donald Trump was a fool for that. He was a fool for saying that.
Yeah.
But when you react that way, it becomes hard to tell who the fool is.
Well, this is like silent preacher.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like preacher mode right now.
So I'm going to leave it right there.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's vulgar. For kids, it's bad.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the story, and if you're making it, listen, here's my thing. And this last thing I'm going to say. If you're making a statement, your statement should make the statement. You shouldn't have to make a statement and then go explain the statement.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It should be clear.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
It should be clear.
You're a very wise man
Putting his
today.
fist up in the air, we all knew what he meant.
You're bringing the wise man.
We all knew what he meant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We get it. Yeah. The peeing thing, I don't want to have to Google why you did it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers actually went on Instagram yesterday. He said, quote, it's a picture of cameramen kneeling and photographing the players while they're locking arms during the national anthem. And he says, quote, I can't imagine what kind of social media attacks these cameramen must be enduring after taking a knee during the anthem and wearing a hat. Amen, brother. He's on point right there, right?
Listen.
But when you're a celebrity, you're in the line of fire all times.
It's the beauty of this country, because if we was in another country, they'd be telling us how to act and what to do. And when you hear the leader of the free world in our country trying to tell people how to act and what to do,
yeah,
it's problematic, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to say.
I
wasn't
going to give Trump the Willy Wonka of the week, but I probably would have worked.
Yeah,
we don't do that.
We don't do that anymore, but
no.
he probably deserves it.
All right, man. Hey, Vikings, Lions, looking forward to it. That's some deep dive conversation. I enjoyed that. Thank you. Adam Thielen and Stefon Diggs. We get our final segment in gear here.
Yeah, we kind of teased this a little bit.
Yeah, Adam Thielen and Stefon Diggs. They're ranked second and third in the NFL in receiving yards. Guess the last NFL receiving duo to be in the top 3 in receiving yards after week number 3.
Give me a time frame. Give me a 5-year span.
I'll say since 2000. I'll give you that much.
Since 2000?
Yeah.
Is it? Well, then it ain't the 99 Rams.
No, it's not 1999. No.
Oh man. Second and third.
I want the receivers too.
I know. If I can get to the team, I can get the.
Okay. Well, who's that? Patriots have had great offenses.
Yeah.
The Rams have had great offenses. Some of the Vikings teams have had great offenses. Come on.
Moss.
No, I'll just tell you.
Tell me.
It's 2000. The greatest show on turf.
It is the Rams.
After the Rams, but it was the 2000 Rams. Torrey Holt and Isaac
Bruce. It wasn't 99 Rams?
No.
So I had it right, though. I was all around.
You were on it.
Yeah. We talked about this a little bit, but I need you teeter-tottered around the whole. Who would you rather face, Cleveland or Houston?
I would rather face Cleveland because I feel like Houston's getting hot again, and Justin Verlander historically owns the Twins. And I think the Twins have the ability to get to the Indians. They can beat them. They've shown the ability to beat the Indians in Cleveland. Plus, what happened to the Dodgers when they were red hot? They cooled off big time.
They did.
The Indians are going to hit a wall eventually, and it might come in the playoffs. I don't know if it'll happen, but let's hope it does. I'd rather play Cleveland.
Here's the problem with that thinking. Cleveland's bullpen is better.
It's
better
than Houston's?
Yeah.
But
in a 5-game series, is it a 5-game series?
Best of 5.
Best of 5.
ALDS, yep.
You play Cleveland, you're looking at game 2. You're down game 1. You're not beating Corey Kluber. Houston,
probably not.
Houston, you can beat Dallas Keuchel, whatever his name is.
Yeah, but you get Verlander in game 1. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to beat Verlander.
Verlander's not pitching game 1. Dallas.
No way.
He's the ace of that staff.
Yeah, I've read, you don't read other newspapers like I do because I work for GoMN.com and I'm educated.
So I has to go in.
Justin Verlander's the game 1 starter.
You think so?
Keuchel is the game 2 starter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can beat Verlander, too.
Have you watched, we talked about the finals. Have you watched any of the WNBA finals?
I did. I watched game 2. First of all, the court looks really weird.
It does.
It's
a weird blend of colors.
Why couldn't you paint the whole court? I don't get it.
You can't paint the court.
They painted the outside.
The only freaking court they have.
They painted the outside of it.
It's not a football field, man. You don't just spray the paint off.
Then how do they paint the out of bounds?
That'd be slippery.
They painted the out of bounds.
That's actual wood.
That's not. It's paint. What do you think the stripes are? They're paint.
Yeah.
You could have brought a different floor in. It looks odd. Yeah, it's a blend of colors. Yeah, I watched it. And listen, the Sparks are good, man. They're a legit threat. They beat us last year.
They didn't beat us. They got lucky.
They won.
Lynx win.
Hey, my dad would say, check the scoreboard. So, NBA Big Threes. Now
a lot of movement.
We've seen Melo. He's finally got out of call it James Dolan prison. Finally got out of New York. I sat in James Dolan's seat when Army was playing in the Garden.
Really?
Yeah. The attendant.
Was it hot?
No, the attendant came over. He said, you in the owner's seat. And I was like, sweet.
That's cool.
Yeah. But Carmelo's OKC, right? D-Wade's back in Cleveland. So we got Curry, Durant, Thompson, Green, obviously, Westbrook.
Big 4 out there.
Yeah, PG3, Melo. We got the local squad, Towns, Butler, Wiggins, Big 4 with Jamal Crawford, friend of the show, my buddy.
Yeah.
Kawhi, Aldridge. Don't put Aldridge, he's garbage. LeBron, Isaiah, D-Wade, Kyrie, Gordon Hayward, Al Horford.
I think you forgot one, too. Just Drew Holiday, Anthony Davis, and Boogie. DeMarcus Cousins. These are big threes.
They are.
So, okay, let's talk about the big threes.
Yeah.
We'll rank them.
Yeah, this was a question for you.
You ruined my whole bit. I'd go Warriors 1, Westbrook, PG3, and Melo just ahead of the Wolves. Wolves are third best.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what I go with.
You really?
Are you kidding me? You got Butler and Towns. That's like the best 1-2 punch in the NBA. Outside of Curry, Durant.
But I'm putting the Timberwolves' big 3 above OKC's big 3.
Okay, so you think
because I don't put as much stock in Paul George as you do.
I think Paul George is fantastic, and I think Carmelo playing power forward makes a lot of sense.
That makes a huge difference,
Yeah.
because last time he played power forward, he 24.5 points a game.
Yeah, are you going to get Olympic Carmelo or Porzingis' shadow Carmelo? Which one?
Give me Denver Carmelo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, then nobody else gets to shoot, and that's the problem.
Well, that's true.
You need Olympics
that's true.
Carmelo.
So obviously, number one for me is going to be the Warriors, the big three.
They got four,
I don't
man.
call
That's
them,
a big
I don't
four.
call them big four.
Are
Klay
you?
Thompson's not an elite player.
You're an idiot.
He's a good player.
I don't mean to call you names, but that's a stupid
It's the
take.
receiver thing. He couldn't go to another squad and be like that. He's a product of that system.
Sure, that's why the Warriors won't give him up for Kevin Love.
And then number two for me is
Says more about Love.
Wiggins, Butler, Towns.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, remember when you tried to argue that Desmond Trufant was better than Xavier Rhodes?
Well,
what do you think about that now?
Listen, I still can argue that.
No, you can't.
2 weeks ago, Desmond Trufant was the defensive player of the week.
So when Stefon Diggs goes for 8 catches, 130 yards, and a touchdown when he matches up later this season against Trufant, what you going to say then?
I'm going to say, first of all, we won. Second of all, I'm going to say Julio probably had 9 for 150 and 2.
No.
Yeah.
Julio gets shut down just like everybody else.
He
Xavier
won't.
Rhodes is a beast, man.
Xavier Rhodes is good, but Desmond Trufant is as good. You're talking two of the best corners in the league, man. And listen, I'm telling you this. Xavier Rhodes is as good as he is because that defensive line for the Minnesota Vikings is ridiculous.
A+.
It's ridiculous.
A+.
You could probably be a shutdown corner. That defensive line has resurrected Trey Wayne's career. Suddenly he can play defense. That's how good it is.
That's a cheap shot.
Yeah.
Give him some time. He's good. That's just a mean take.
Dude, do you realize it's going to be 80, 85 degrees this weekend?
Is it again?
Yeah.
God dang it.
And the Minnesota Wild open the season next Thursday. Something's wrong with that.
3 straight. They start in Detroit. I'm not a big hockey guy. I just know that people are starting to worry about Zach Parise's back. That makes me a little worried. But, forget about Parise. He was a non-factor for almost half of the year last year, and the Wild were amazing. So, go to GoMN.com. Look at our guy D2's little video. It's 90 seconds long about why the Wild have a great shot to make a deep run in the playoffs this year.
Next week, we'll bring D2 in to talk Wild before the season starts.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Let me give you this one.
Well, let me finish with this. Here's why they go deep in the playoffs. You want to know why?
Why?
Because their goalie's a friend of the show.
Devin Dubnyk.
Come on
that's
with
right.
it, baby.
Yeah, that's right. You can download that one. It's right below this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
It turns out that some NCAA basketball players, believe this or not, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Blue Chips. Some guys actually get paid money to go play college basketball places. Did you know that? Hey, Rick Pitino, it was a nice run, big dog. You fired.
Hey, shocking.
Yeah. Oh, my God. People are so stupid. It took an FBI investigation for us to finally drop our jaws.
Listen, Bruce Pearl, fired from Tennessee a long time ago.
Yeah, man.
He was on an NCAA show clause. He goes to Auburn. Suddenly, Auburn guy gets arrested.
Yeah.
Viking, Minnesota connection there with old Persons.
Yeah, Trent Person played 2 years for the Wolves.
Shocking. Pay the players, okay?
Yeah.
We talked about Donald LaHaye, the guy who, through his own creative talent, started making lots of money through YouTube and Google ads.
Yeah.
And the NCAA says you can't make money off yourself.
Yeah, even Isaiah Washington, the Jelly Fam shoes, right?
Hey.
He can't make money on those, but people are going to wear them.
Pay these players because you're making billions off of them. B, let these guys who can go to the NBA straight out of high school go. You know why? Because if I'm a 16-year-old golfer, I can go pro.
Exactly.
If I'm a 12-year-old tennis superstar, I can go make money.
If I'm a 13-year-old baseball player in Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic, I can sign a contract.
If I'm an 18-year-old kid from Minnetonka, I can get hired by the freaking Minnesota Vikings to be their millennial person.
The NCAA is a freaking joke.
A corrupt organization.
It's the worst.
If you don't follow Jay Billis on Twitter,
I do.
Dude, he savages the NCAA at every chance he gets. I love that dude.
It's a freaking joke, man.
But, so, see ya, Louisville basketball. Hey, we talked about it. The Twins clinched playoff spot last night.
Yeah.
We were supposed to record this podcast yesterday.
Yeah, we were going to.
You went home, you had a migraine.
I had a headache.
So, did you wake up in time to see the celebration?
Yeah, man. I slept for a couple of hours, and then Ashley had to work, so I was watching Monroe. But I was feeling better late in the night, and I stayed up late and watched and wrote about it for GoMN.com.
Nice.
I was pumped. Nicky Delmonico, you, sir, are a gangster. He's the guy who hit the home run for the White Sox that got us into the playoffs. You did nothing but watch football all weekend. I didn't either. So give me your top 3 teams in the NFC. I'll give you mine first. Okay, so
go ahead.
Think about it.
Yeah, you go.
I'm going to give your Atlanta Falcons the 1.
Okay.
Still give them cred. I'm going to put the Vikings at 2 and the Packers at 3. And you may think I'm crazy, and there are 9 or 6 or 7 other teams that are 2-1, including Philly, Dallas, Washington, Detroit, Carolina, and the Rams. The Vikings and Packers are better than all those teams. I'm going to say it right now. I firmly believe that.
Okay, we can agree on the 1 spot.
Atlanta.
The Atlanta Falcons look legit.
Yeah, they're good.
Went to Chicago, and I throw the Chicago game out because, again, cut the grass out there in Chicago. Jeez Louise. Okay, destroyed Green Bay. Absolutely destroyed Green Bay. Would have destroyed Detroit. Just really one of those fluky games on the road. Mm-hmm. We're going to go win it. Buffalo. Listen, the Falcons are legit. To me, the NFC runs through Atlanta.
Yeah.
But after that, okay, I got the Vikings at 3.
Okay,
I got the Vikings at 3.
That. I can respect that.
And I only say that because, and I'm worried when they come to Atlanta, how are we going to score on them? Now, I don't know that anybody can really shut us down.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can shut down the Falcons.
We lost Kyle Shanahan, but Sark is killing it right now.
Over that.
And he's changing.
Steve Sarkisian?
Yeah, he's killing it. And hopefully he's sober.
Yeah, doesn't he like college girls?
Yeah, and beer. Yeah. But my number 2, it ain't Dallas. It ain't Green Bay. My number 2 is the St. Louis Rams.
They're in Los Angeles.
I refuse. You understand that? That was purposeful. I hate it. I hate it so bad. But I love the fact that Todd Gurley is catching the football. He's running the football.
He's a monster.
He's back.
That's what happens when you put the ball in a good player's hands.
Jared Goff has he's got guys to throw to, and that defense is legit. They got playmakers all over that defense.
Hang on one.
Dude, they got Wade Phillips coordinating the defense.
Yeah, I know that. Wade Phillips, that means they're going to get to the playoffs and get freaking blasted.
We're not talking about the playoffs.
Okay, yeah. Okay, they beat the Colts and the 49ers, and they almost coughed up a gigantic lead against the 49ers last Thursday Night Football. And they got beat by Washington when Washington wasn't yet clicking, okay? You're calling the freaking Rams with Jared Goff the number 2 team in the NFC.
You put them on the list.
You're a nut, man. Those are 2-1 teams. I just listed teams that are 2-1. You're crazy if you think they're that good. Marshall Faulk doesn't even think that. And he's Marshall Faulk.
I just think Todd Gurley's that good.
Well, he is good. He might be number 2 in the ability rankings. You're nuts, man.
The St. Louis Rams.
You know what would happen to Jared Goff if he played the freaking Vikings?
How many
He'd
quarterbacks?
go 11 for 35 with 4 picks and probably leave in the third quarter with an injury.
No, I'm messing with you, dude.
You ain't messing with me. That was
totally
legit. You believe that.
No, Dallas is the second best team in the league.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, okay.
They are. Dallas, Atlanta, Dallas, Minnesota. I don't know how you... I was totally kidding on L.A. I just wanted to call them St. Louis.
You're a terrible person.
I don't understand how you could put Green Bay there.
You're a terrible person. Green Bay? Well, their defense, if healthy, is good.
Their defense is terrible.
No, it's not. It's terrible because everybody's hurt right now. Their secondary might be terrible, but the defense is not that bad.
Their defense is awful.
They have a lot of guys that are hurt, but their offense is still A+, man.
It's not. They have no running game. No running game.
A short pass is a running game. It's an extension of the running game.
Listen,
and that's where Ty Montgomery excels.
Their offensive line is brutal. And Aaron Rodgers is going to get killed.
I agree.
Vic Beasley almost killed him single-handedly.
Okay, but if you were to do NFL power rankings in general, this is the NFC. Being number 3 in the NFC may not mean crap this year because I think it's Atlanta and then Minnesota and maybe Detroit and Dallas. The rest of them might be garbage by the time it's all said and done. Even Detroit might be garbage and Dallas might be garbage. We just don't know. But I think Atlanta and Minnesota are here to stay if they stay healthy. In the AFC, you are freaking locked and loaded. You got 3 teams in the AFC West that can argue they're as good as any team in the NFC. Well, maybe not as good as Atlanta, but Denver, KC, and Oakland.
Come on, man.
Now, Oakland just laid a freaking egg against Washington, but you know KC's legit is all legit.
Denver's not legit.
Are you kidding me?
Their quarterback's a bum.
Trevor Simeon's lighting up the league.
He's a bum.
I don't care what you say.
No, I got Dallas too. Listen, A, I wanted to just say St. Louis Rams because I'm sick of the L.A. stuff. Yeah. And B, Todd Gurley's coming on the show later this year, so I wanted to say Todd Gurley.
Okay. I can't wait till you actually get
I'm going to pull it off, baby. I'm going to pull it off. Hey, my last thing, man.
Yeah, what you got?
Tell the listeners, man, about 101.
Okay, 101 is a special feature of the GoMN One Hunnit Podcast. That's what we are right here.
That's what we are.
We're the GoMN One Hunnit Podcast.
We keep it real.
Well, 101 is a special feature where we go deep dive. We talk to Devin Dubnyk from the Wild. He basically just said, hey, without my mom and dad, I'm not here. And you get some real meaningful stuff out of it. We talked to Lawrence McKenzie, former Gopher, a.k.a. Mac Irv.
Yep.
We talked to his dad, Larry McKenzie, who's an icon basketball coach at the high school level in North Minneapolis.
Yes.
Their story is unbelievable. Download that and listen to it. North Minneapolis refused to lose.
Awesome.
It's right here with our podcast, so if you're listening to this, it's right next to it.
Just look right there.
Just look on your computer screen or your phone and download it.
Yeah, not while you're driving, though.
Yeah, but you can do that, too. That's okay. Don't worry about it. We don't have to pay for that accident. That's what insurance is for. Anyway,
That was
download it. And now we're going to do one on Buxton and the Buxton family speed, because this is a deep story. And Byron, actually, I'll give you a little tease.
Tease it.
You know how running backs will buy offensive linemen like snowmobiles and things when they set the rushing title?
Yeah.
The Twins pitchers do that for Byron Buxton because he saved so many goddamn runs.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, this story is amazing.
You could have made that statement without saying GD.
I could have, but I didn't.
You wanted to emphasize it a little bit?
Yeah, I can't swear on this one.
Yeah. You could have said dang.
F-word. I'm sorry. Yeah,
you're right. Dude, 101.
Yeah, check it out. It's really cool.
It's going to be great, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait till you talk to Buxton's family.
Yeah.
You think we country? We've been up here in Minnesota a while.
Yeah.
You may need me to interpret what Felton is saying.
I'm looking
Felton
forward.
Jr.
Well, I bet they speak just
For
fine.
the third. No, they do. The country, man. Country folks.
Country boys.
Good, awesome country people. It's going to be great. 101 special episode. Byron Buxton. It's I can't wait.
And you get to look at the master of the freaking montage. Put this thing together.
Yeah.
I am going to brag. I'm the best editor in the world when it comes to audio. I'm elite.
I don't know about all that.
I am elite. This is okay. No one else gonna.
No, you do a great job.
Thank you. Keep going.
You do a great job.
Give me some more.
Your editing skills
There's
are out of
10
this
seconds left in
world.
the show. Just keep going.
Your editing skills are out of this world.
Yeah.
And all I got to say is, today, though, that was great. You was aight.